Now we will make the spice mix. Some cumin powder. We have to hydrate these ground spices because if you directly put them into hot oil, they would just get burned and nothing else will happen. So some red chili, some cumin powder, some turmeric powder, actually lots of turmeric powder, and coriander, dried coriander. Just mix them like this. Smells good. A bit of my mother's own garam masala, and probably a bit of red chili more for the color. And then we have bay leaves and whole cumin. So I just love to eat cumin. Now I'll take my pot, which is like a cast iron pot. In Spain you get a lot of vitroceramic everywhere, so it's very hard to cook food on that because it does not keep the heat together, and for especially Indian cooking you need a lot of heat. So let's heat some olive oil. I also sometimes when I'm frying it I mix some refined oil, just a bit. Let it heat. I'll add some water to it. And we'll keep it out. Take some spoon. This step is very important and it changes everything, because if you just directly put spices they will just get burned because of the heat. So I keep it on the side. The kitchen is small. You can see it is already quite warm. And now we will put some hard spices, or in India we call it khada masala. So this is whole cumin, lots of it, and some cardamom. You can see the oil is already burning, so we reduce the temperature. Some cardamom, everything goes in. I also have some cinnamon sticks over here. Let's see if we can find some cinnamon. Yes, some cinnamon sticks. This renders it a bit sweet, so I just put a bit of it. And some clove. 1 clove, maybe 2 cloves. And that's enough of the hard spices we need. Oh, we forgot the bay leaf. Bay leaf is also quite important. So I think 2 of crushed bay leaves is good. Let me take the bay leaves out for the next cooking sessions. So let's let the spice toast a bit on shallow heat. And then we will add some onions, the same onions we just cooked. We saw that the cumin is already splattered, so we don't need to do anything over there. You can add some salt. The salt will help us caramelize the bit. If you also open the windows because it's 45 degrees outside. So this will take a lot of time. I'll just stop the video. So now you can see it's already quite toasty. There are hints of brown in it. So now it's time to add the magic drink. I don't know, two things together, which is garlic and ginger. So you can actually buy a ginger garlic paste, but I prefer to do it like this. So this is like a reappropriation. So I use like a lemon zest thing from IKEA, super nice. I think it's called a microplane. And then it's fantastic to do this thing and just opens up the flavors. It's amazing how this thing works. So just add ginger. I like to have ginger in my food, and so I add a tad bit more, but I mean you can do whatever you want. Garlic, who doesn't love garlic? You just have to be a bit careful because this thing is quite sharp and it can sometimes give you a bit of a bruising. So that's pretty much it. We can throw this and wash our hands, and they will smell like garlic till tomorrow. I have quite a well seasoned iron pan and things usually don't tend to stick on it, but at this stage I reduce the temperature a bit. And just quickly, as you see, the flavors are mixing together, and I don't want that sticky garlic to burn. I need to add some hydration. And what better hydration do we have than some onions, tomatoes. And before we add tomato, we need to add this peppers and also the spicy green chilies. Be careful when you touch with the hands because they can be quite pricky. And now I just quickly toast it a bit. I think we need some hydration over here, so we just add. No, let's see. Yeah, now I think we can add tomatoes. So at this stage, it smells the worst. I don't know why, but it literally smells quite bad. But in a few moments, something really magical happens and this smells amazing. can see the hydration is helping get the sticky garlic and ginger out of the flour. Now it has already started to smell quite good. Now we'll wait for a bit and increase the temperature a bit so the tomato is a bit less liquidy, and then we will add our spices. Wow, it smells amazing. So this is the spice mix, pretty commonly available everywhere in the world. Mix them together quite good, and then just pour them into the mix. I'm slightly stingy, so I want the flavors to not get lost, so I add a slight bit of water more, but you can omit this if you want. And now it's time for it to just cook in its own water, and this is the spice mix. So with this you can literally make anything taste amazing. You can freeze it for up to a month as well if you like. This is like, this quantity we have over here is for 2 weeks of thing, so I will keep 1 week in the refrigerator and the other half in the freezer. It's summer over here in Spain, and it's terrible idea to cook anything, because the moment you enter the kitchen you just start sweating and it's crazy. So now that's pretty much what the video is about. I will, once this is reduced, the way to figure it out is the typical risotto trick. You do like this, and then it should not come back, and it should be like very, like there should be no liquid. Like there's liquid right now, it should not be there, and that usually happens in like 5 minutes. And then once that is done, you just put it in a glass container, and then suppose you're making garbanzos or you're making chana, boil some chana, put this thing in it, maybe add some tomato puree for color and taste, and there you have a recipe. And you want some veggies, you just cut some veggies, buy frozen ones, put this in, you have a dish. It's very versatile. In this pressure cooker I have some tomatoes resting after being cooked. Hopefully I can fry some potatoes. Why did the English name the things so similar? Anyways, so like right now, this is the thing that we got finally. Imagine all of this has been reduced to that, but it's good. So now I'm making rajma, which is beans, Indian style beans. I had them pre-cooked, pre-boiled, and now I just added them to the spice thing. It heated a bit. You can always add some extra. This is like Bhuna Masala, which is like the spice for beans. Usually there is no measure that I do. And then sometimes I also add a bit of baking sodium bicarbonate, and I have noticed that it helps with the Maillard reaction to happen, and so usually it works. So these are the beans. Yes, so you can see it's thickening up, and it's looks like a rajma my mother would make. Now I'll reduce the temperature a bit because it's already quite good. Let's do a taste test. It's very good. Mm. It's perfect. Needs a bit of water in it because the beans are still not al dente. But we'll cook it a bit and then we'll be done. So yeah, that's how we use it.